Hello, amazing you. How are you doing? Welcome to Chat Hour. And well, if you're stopping by for the very first time, welcome and thank you. And if you are returning, welcome and thank you. I am so elated. I feel so good to have BC Ugo right here again.
Hello.
Okay, so today we are talking long distance marriage. You heard long distance marriage. That is what we're talking about. And now, while getting married, you might not have bargained when you said I do for a long distance marriage, but this is the reality for so many people, right? Well, I said this because anything can come up. It is not or never on purpose. It can be due to deployment with military, it can be due to career change, it can be family emergency, it can be anything. So yeah, it comes with its challenges and it can be very complicated. And I don't think that while getting married to the love of your life, you had it in mind that, we're cool. We're going to get married and start living apart and be sad. That is never the intention.
But life happens.
Yeah. So why am I talking about this? People actually write me, people talk to me, and somebody asked me to share a story, on Chat Hour, and it wants, people to learn from it, and also it wants advice for people who are right now in this situation. So this is the story. Here goes. This man said that, he was working in Nigeria and then he got married, and they felt that they wanted greener pastures. They wanted their children to be born abroad and all that. They just wanted some, change. And so they moved to the US. But he still had to come back to Nigeria and do his job and then just stop by once in a while, see the wife and all that and the children. But somehow, at some point, after staying in the US for a very long time, at some point, the wife said that she was tired of, doing it alone, catering to the children and all that. So he had to leave his job and then he traveled to the US. But he said the jobs he was getting, yeah, so he wasn't feeling comfortable with these jobs, and the wife now advised that maybe you should go back to school. And he said that was what took him to Australia. He went to study some more. He was away for 19 months, and when he returned, the wife was already pregnant for another person. Yes. And what now pained him the most, this person in question that the wife got pregnant for is an uncle to them, like an uncle, somebody who embraced them when they first got to the US, and then give them somewhere to stay.
Oh, a family member.
Yes.
Hi.
So he said it was the first time in his life that he heard sympathetic love, that he had never heard it before. That the man said it was sympathetic love that he has for his wife.
The man, when I come with the thing, when say how not sympathetic love.
You know how you are coming from work, and then you just stop by and say, how are you? How are the children? And before they knew it, something started going on.
Where shows you the sympathy. Hey!
So now he said that the wife did not even know, because when I looked at it, 17 weeks is 4 months.
Whoa.
She didn't even know. So he said they actually wanted to abort it because he said his wife is a good woman, or his ex-wife. Now he kept saying that
that's the uncle talking now.
No, the
this
husband,
man, okay.
The husband talking,
he
saying
has left the marriage.
Wait, I'll get there.
Okay.
So he said that she's a good woman, let us just abort this and let us move on and pretend nothing happened. But the thing was not
they let man do a woman who can easily move on.
Well,
so a woman will collect the baby and move on. But when he man matter.
the man said that he wanted to.
What now stopped him?
Okay.
From
wow, maybe because of how he came, the uncle, this. And he said that again, that the uncle's wife is like the wife's godmother. So everything was scattered.
Oh, that's so messy.
Do you understand? It was very messy. So he had to, they had to divorce. In fact, that the children were even around, for the divorce process and all that, the children that they had together. And now he said that,
Is it that there are no fresh guys in this abroad? Is it that men are scarce there? So the sin is just different layers.
Okay.
You started having issues with your long distance marriage.
Yeah.
And you decided to help yourself one way or another.
Yeah.
And you chose a family member.
Wow. So
now, you see the layers now.
Yes.
So if you had done something with,
Yeah.
okay, somebody outside.
Yeah.
He just comes around when you're not there.
Yes.
And one of those days I was feeling very lonely. I cried on his shoulder. We had popcorn, and before one
it happened, right?
That's even a more understandable story. But a family member, an
family,
uncle
an
to
uncle,
your
yes,
husband.
yes.
No, that's
not
wicked.
like uncle, but they call this person an uncle. Yeah.
However, it is
Yes.
a family member.
Yes.
He has a wife, you know the wife.
Yes.
The wife is your godmother.
In fact,
the
uncle was present at the wife's naming ceremony when she was born. The wife.
Oh yeah, catch your godmother, right?
Yeah.
So Honeypot.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of marriages, a lot of partners, after a while, starts bottling things. They no longer say it as it is.
Oh wow.
Yes, because probably you've look at the temperament of your partner and you feel like this person may not be able to handle something. So let me just do what I can do and just keep quiet. And so there's usually this communication gap.
Especially when it is long distance marriage.
Because if you're living together, you can detect some things, some behaviors that are changing. You can begin to talk about it. People are having conversations in case that person is trying to go left. With those conversations, the person may decide to just go right and stay. But when you're not seeing, you don't see a month, 2 months, 3 months, you begin to see once in a while. Now this person, on the other hand, now starts living a life where they can do without you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because if you were together before, you do things together, you cook together, you sweep together, you handle the resources together, and one person has to go for maybe like a job outside where he has to come back once in a while, you start becoming independent of one another. That's where the problem comes. So I remember in the start of my marriage, we had to work separately. He was working on the island. I had to move back to the mainland after I lost my job on the island. And for a number of, I think about 5 years, we were living apart. So
so you were saying
we see weekends.
Okay.
Sometimes once in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And in my subconscious, I started becoming independent.
So you were doing things by yourself?
Yes, I could do things. I could call the shots, do things by myself, handle things that come up in the house by myself. And when he comes weekend, it's like a visitor just came that will soon be going. Like after a while, like I'm waiting for 5 p.m. so that he'll carry his bag so that I can
really?
Yes. I didn't know.
So it's not like a visitor coming to. Oh wow.
So that I can easily organize the week, because I feel like when he's there, he's gonna disrupt the week. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I got used to being and this is just somebody that I see weekly. Imagine if it was monthly or 2 monthly.
So you'd become a total stranger to the person.
So when we started the marriage, it was so bad that he had to move in with me to a school accommodation where I got a job, because he didn't want to stay alone. So we were so like this, did everything together till I lost the job and I moved back to Alakuko, and he was still working in the so we had to. I didn't know when this was happening. Like this change, I didn't know. I didn't sense it. But I just know that when he comes, I make him feel very comfortable. From Friday night, we're expecting him. I've done his best dishes. I'm excited. By 5 p.m., I'm looking at the time. Okay, come and be going so I can sort out the kids.
And that is your husband, though?
And that is my husband.
Wow.
It was even so bad that the little baby, because I was nursing at the time, didn't really know him. Yes, my last born was closer to my brother-in-law.
Because he was seeing him regularly than the father.
All the time, like I don't know.
I get it. Wow.
She'll be scared.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
It was so painful. Say, hey, you people have to move back to the island.
Wow.
So it happens, and we don't catch it when it's slipping in, and that's why you need to keep having conversation. So even when
conversation is very key. Communication.
Yes. Even when you are apart, you must have a routine that both of you do together on a daily basis.
Okay.
So
routine.
I had a friend who at so and so time, comparing to the GMT of the guy, they will fix a time where they pray together on the phone.
Okay.
Or have a phone conversation on something they are planning to do. It must happen every day. It must be a routine that he looks forward to.
Okay.
We have to. Or they sext. Is it sexting?
Sexting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was actually going to talk about that.
And it's so regular that he knows to check that. Auntie, you're not online. I'm waiting.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Just to keep the mind in that space where you know that this person is still in my space.
I would like to interrupt you there. So I have a friend who relocated to the UK, and the husband too was in Nigeria, and somehow she called me one day. She said she was tired. She said she was running mad.
Okay.
She said she needs her husband, like she needs the touch and everything. I mean, when it comes to sexting and all that. And she said she wasn't used to all of these things. Like people were suggesting, oh, get sex toys, do. She said it wasn't feeling like the real. Do you understand? Like she was saying that it wasn't feeling like the real thing. And when people are talking to her, they're like, "You're abroad, you're enjoying." She says it gets to her. Like she's like, "See, don't let me even, pounce on you right now." Do you understand? She actually really wanted it, and it was crazy. In fact, I'm going to ask her if we can do,
so this guy doesn't come
of this particular one. So at some point, now had a challenge. Traveling to the UK. So it was mad. And she was asking me for advice. I am a very close friend. Now, I am a single lady. What I can actually do, I can't.
No, single lady does not mean you don't have sex. What's wrong with you?
No, I am saying that. I can't. What will I am single. My situation is different. I am not married. If I was committed to someone, I was married now.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have, but what do I advise her? I was just saying that, just calm down, just take it easy, just look for a way to make it work, because she was running mad.
But we have women who can wait for years without seeing their husband. Do you know what I used to think? Are these women made of blood and
so is it that nobody ever cheated or something?
Yeah, women wait.
Or perhaps some people cheated, but it did not just come to light
or
something.
Possible.
It's possible, actually. Yeah, because this is very important. In as much as we want to talk about other things that they should do and all that. Yeah. So you have mentioned communication. Yeah. You have mentioned they should have a routine that they do together. How about setting a time frame? That is, yes, we know that we want a better life, and we just want we want to sacrifice like 4 years and everybody will be back together to do this, so that it doesn't look like it's going forever, because sometimes even when you have targets, it doesn't work like that. Maybe some things might even come up again. Look at that, my friend that I said the husband had a challenge going to the UK, entering the UK, and it was in fact, it was a terrible time in their lives. Do you understand? So, I mean, this is somebody's reality, what we're talking about now.
But there's no sin that cannot be forgiven, if you ask me.
But then that you're already committed to someone, because I think that trust and that commitment is very, very vital. When you trust someone, you don't have issues with, oh, what are you doing? What are you? And all that. Where are you? I called you. You did not pick the call. And then the commitment that you are already married in your head. And that you should stick to that person that you are married to. You are not a single person.
It's just that the cold
is it discipline?
Now, there's a certain kind of cold in that place that's not like our cold here. That cold, it messes up with their head. They just need that warmth. It's not like I'm excusing what she has done.
Yeah.
But I would have. There's something I always tell myself: if you want to fall into sin, try not to fall so deep.
Is it even good to?
No.
Okay, because you are human beings.
Why are you talking like sister?
No. So I am not trying to
human
be
beings.
holier than thou
and
all that.
Can happen. You can fall into sin,
of course.
But try not to fall so deep. So the first time it happened, maybe it can't happen, it can't sweet, can't feel it.
So they now went on and on.
The first time it happened, would have told you that, hey, I don't match line. We need to stop this. This has got to stop. It could be that it was the first time and that happened.
Yeah. And she did not even know that she was pregnant.
Yes. It could be that there are people that they call transgressors. That's their way of life. It could be happening for years.
But how do you get pregnant and you've been pregnant for 4 months and you don't know that you're pregnant? Is that even possible?
God won't catch them. It happens. I've seen women
4 months
are pregnant and they don't know.
It's 4 months, not a long time.
Don't you watch reality shows where
4 months.
They get into the labor room and wondering what is happening to them? They don't know. Yeah, it happens. The way this our system is, there are some anomalies that happen from time to time. It's reality. It happens. So she may not know. But I don't think there's any sin that can not be forgiven.
But when you now have another child you're bringing into...
Men bring children home all the time.
Okay, so that should be excusable, right?
No, not excusable, but if you really love your wife and you find a way to understand, and you know that this is the first person, this is the first time, it's not like she's a transgressor, you can forgive and just move on. Yeah. It's when this person is a transgressor, you don't get track record. Say they collect from then you know you are dealing with a totally different case. But if somebody falls into sin once, I think it can be forgiven.
All right, so I'll talk about another story that I saw online, and I found it very hard to believe, because you see, a long distance relationship or marriage, as I've said, comes with a lot of challenges and complicated. So this woman, I saw it, I'm sure a lot of people saw that story too. So the woman said that she left Nigeria just to find a greener pasture, and then the husband was in Nigeria with 2 children. And so I don't know whether you even stumbled on that. And so she said that after some years, it was their anniversary, and it was like a milestone, and she wanted to celebrate it with the husband. So they came back to do the wedding anniversary, and all of a sudden the children said that their father was sleeping with them. She was disappointed. So she actually spoke with everybody. She called pastors, she called family members. The man kept denying it.
Okay, the one that they lied on their father?
Yes. So the man kept denying it, said that he didn't do it. It was after she had taken the children back abroad, that the children, she said one day she just saw that the man was getting married, like he was going to remarry. And she felt, who is marrying this beast? And she just called the children and said, hey, see your father is remarrying. Who is the person who's going to marry this person who has this character flaw and all that? And
the
children now said that
God will punish.
That they lied against their father, that their father did not sleep with them, but he just wanted to come to Canada with their mother, and that their father was very strict. Number one, I stopped and I'm like,
children are evil. Children are evil.
Even if that father forgives them in the long run,
how does the father forgive them?
Even if,
do you know the reputation of the father that they have spoiled?
Because some people have gone with that story.
Yes, and that's it.
And that's how it's going to be forever
and ever.
Or even if they hear this one, they might think it's like a damage control of some sort. Now, how is it that these children are not even cursed forever? Now, let us leave that. So this is one challenge. Children wanted to go to Canada with their mother, and then they did this. This one is the height of it. Like,
how were they even raised to concoct such lies against their father and be comfortable with it for years?
I will never understand.
Yeah, so there's something wrong with not just them, but both parents, the father and the mother. There's a trait that those children just exhibited that they have picked from both parents. They did not fall from the sky.
Because I was discussing this with someone, and somebody was like, it might even be from peer pressure, people that they
friends,
people that they talk to and all that, or something.
For your freedom.
Because children do some things and you're shocked.
These are adults.
Yes.
They're not children anymore.
Well,
they're not children anymore. So we just need to be responsible for our actions. Even if the father doesn't say anything, there's a cost already. There's a cost already that they have incurred. They have to do a lot more to release themselves from that cost. And I hope that the man just finds it in his heart to forgive. But they have broken their mother's heart. The mother can no longer have that relationship with the father.
Because the mother was actually really in love with this man.
The mother has moved on. The father has remarried. He may never even set his eyes on those children again. So it's just something that they are going to have to live with.
Oh, wow.
There's nothing we can do about it.
All right, so we're still talking about long distance marriage, and it's a very serious one because, as we said, this is what people are going through right now. So we mentioned we actually highlighted some points. We talked about communication, we talked about setting targets, a target time frame. We talked about sexting, video sexing, and all of those things. We talked about having rituals that you do together.
Yeah, you can be intimate without having to touch skin. So intimacy is not about the distance. If something happens in your life, who's the first person you want to share with? You can have those moments where this is my go-to person, this is my friend, I have issues in the office, I have to talk to you. Whether you are in UK, you are in Canada, it means nothing. So where we start falling is where you now, because the person is not around you, you now find other people that you become intimate with. So ensure that you protect your intimacy with your partner wherever they are, and hope too that the person is protecting the intimacy with you, because let it not be that it's only you that's
one-sided. That's right, one-sided. And somebody even talked about, you know, having some display pictures. I don't know how that works, but that you should put something in the field of your view that every time you enter, you have you see the person's. I don't know how that works for some people, because people are actually different and all that. Well, I really want to know what you guys think about this particular
But when you now
topic.
meet, so after you have missed each other, you now meet. This thing used to be sweeter. I used to enjoy that time that he used to go and come, and now I see him every day.
So this one is like still finished, but then when you were not seeing him, it's not like gold when it comes back.
That Friday, I have marinated myself.
Oh my God!
After cooking, I will take a bath, clean up things, get ready, because that Friday night, keep my favorite drink in the freezer. Because that Friday night, as he's landing, the children go to bed early. Oh yeah, everybody go and sleep. Let me attend to my husband. Friday, Saturday, we don't used to fight, because in my head he will soon go, so no need to quarrel. We settle easily, so that we have time for touch. You know, it's sweet.
Oh my God! Now, you see him every day, right?
Like when they are with you every day, they have more wala. You don't hear me clean my shoes. Now I iron my clothes. You are giving me beans.
But somebody is envying you right now, because they are in a distance marriage.
Space, so that when you come back, it will touch me in different places.
Interesting things are happening.
Don't envy anybody. Find what works for you.
Yes, honestly. Find what works for you. Interesting stuff. Oh my gosh. In fact, somebody was saying that, in fact, when you come back together, make sure that you leave that time, you know, because some people will still be like, okay, so he's back, and then you are still seeing your friends, you're still having other activities. Like, make sure that you concentrate on, this my partner has been away for so long, and we should actually
give him
attention. So you are making up for all those times that you were not together. All right, thank you so much, BC, for coming on Chat Hour again today. It's always lovely to have you. What do you guys think about this topic? Have you been in a long distance marriage? What were your experiences? What are your experiences if you're in it right now? What do you think? We'll really have to have your thoughts down there in the comment section, okay? Now, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button already and turn on the notification bell. And if you consider this video a good one, please smash already the like button. Till we come your way again, or I come your way again, you never can tell. Let the conversation continue.